Hello, we are Oscar, Paola, and Carolina, and in this video we are going to explore some of the key insights from our ebook, Reviving Hebrew Politics and Its Lessons for Colombia's Bilingual Education Policy. The revival of the Hebrew language is one of the most powerful examples of how language, identity, and education can reshape a nation. This ebook is divided into two modules. In Module 1, we explain the Hebrew revival policy, its background, goals, and impacts. In Module 2, we compare it with Colombia's National Bilingual Program and present a new proposal for bilingualism in Colombia. Let's take a look.
Jewish Renewal is a Jewish religious movement that seeks to revitalize Judaism by combining ancient and modern practices, primarily centered in Europe, North America, and Israel, and extending to territories such as China and Latin America. It is also a set of initiatives and policies designed to foster the revival and revitalization of the Hebrew language. There are also two important general aspects. The first is the cultural and religious identity. The revival policy aimed to reconnect the global Jewish community with their roots after centuries of diaspora. Hebrew became a symbol of unity and spiritual renewal. Besides the educational methodologies, Yulpan schools were created to immerse learners in Hebrew. These schools combined language, culture, and community in a practical and effective way. On the other hand, we have impacts of the Hebrew revival policies on Jewish society. The policy helps build a shared national identity in Israel. However, it also had unintended consequences, such as the marginalization of other Jewish languages like Yiddish and Ladino. Here were several effects thanks to the implementation of Hebrew revival policies in Jewish communities. First, the creation of an unified national identity. Second, the preservation and modernization of Jewish culture. And finally, marginalization of other Jewish languages.
Now, let's compare this with Colombia's National Bilingual Program. First, equity and access. While the area policy was equally implemented in urban and rural areas, Colombia still struggles with educational inequality, especially in rural regions where qualified English teachers and resources are limited. Second, motivation and identity. Hebrew was revived as a matter of cultural survival. In contrast, English in Colombia is often seen only as an academic requirement, not as a part of national identity. Third, immersion and cultural integration. Hebrew became part of daily life in Israel, used in homes, the military, and media. In Colombia, English rarely goes beyond the classroom, and immersion opportunities are scarce.
Our proposal takes inspiration of the Hebrew revival model. We suggest a decentralized, inclusive bilingual policy in Colombia with three main stages. The first one is promote trilingualism. Schools should teach English while preserving indigenous and regional languages, especially in rural areas and indigenous territories. Number two, empower local institutions. We propose community language centers where local educators are trained and where materials are tailored to cultural contexts. Number three is foster cultural identity. Language learning must reflect Colombian culture and history, not just prepare students for tests. Language is not only a skill but a reflection of who we are.
As a conclusion, we can say that Hebrew revival policy shows us that language can be a tool for unity, identity, and progress.
Colombia has the potential to create a bilingual policy that is fair, inclusive, and deeply connected to our cultural diversity.
We invite you to read our full ebook and join us in rethinking the future of language education in Colombia.